Sam Walton's story is one of grit, ingenuity, and unshakable determination. Born in 1918 on a small farm in Kingfisher, Oklahoma, Walton grew up during the Great Depression, a time when survival required resourcefulness. From humble beginnings, milking cows, delivering newspapers, and taking odd jobs, he learned the value of hard work at a young age. After serving as a captain in the U.S. Army during World War II, Walton saw opportunity in retail, where his innovative thinking revolutionized the industry. Humble beginnings and hard lessons. Sam Walton's story begins with modest roots and a tireless work ethic that defined his character from childhood. Born in Kingfisher, Oklahoma, March 29, 1918, Walton was the eldest of two sons in a struggling farming family. His father, Thomas Walton, attempted to make a living off the land, but the unforgiving reality of the Great Depression rendered farming a losing battle. To survive, Thomas turned to mortgage work, often foreclosing on farms that had fallen into debt. The irony of his father's job wasn't lost on Sam. His family had just enough to scrape by, but he saw firsthand the despair of those who had even less. By the age of 5, Walton's family left Oklahoma and began moving frequently through small towns in Missouri in search of opportunities. For young Sam, every relocation was a chance to observe new people and learn new ways to adapt. His childhood was defined not by play but by work. Before dawn, Walton would rise to milk the family cow, bottle the milk, and deliver it to neighbors on his bicycle. After finishing his rounds, he'd pick up a bag of newspapers to deliver across town. These morning routines didn't just put a little money in the family's pockets, they instilled in Walton the importance of reliability, punctuality, and customer satisfaction.
I tell you, Sam was one of the most prominent boys in the whole school. And then he was president of the senior class. He was a great athlete and a good leader.
Despite the grinding realities of the Depression, Walton excelled in school. He balanced his responsibilities at home with academics, sports, and extracurriculars. He joined the Boy Scouts and worked hard to achieve the rank of Eagle Scout at an unusually young age, becoming the youngest in Missouri at the time. This accomplishment wasn't just a trophy for Sam, it was a sign of his persistence, his ability to set a goal and see it through. The family finally settled in Columbia, Missouri, where Walton attended David H. Hickman High School. Money remained tight, and Sam worked tirelessly to supplement the family income while still making time for his studies. He sold magazine subscriptions, worked odd jobs, and took part-time gigs, all while maintaining excellent grades. By graduation, his classmates voted him Most Versatile Boy, a title that captured his unique mix of grit, determination, and charm. Walton's formative years taught him that success didn't come from privilege or luck, it came from showing up every day and putting in the effort. The college years.
I think the fact that Sam Walton is an alum from the University of Missouri is one of Missouri's greatest accomplishments because this guy literally changed the world.
When Sam Walton enrolled at the University of Missouri in 1936, he carried with him a fierce determination to carve out a better future. His decision to major in economics reflected his growing interest in business and problem solving. But like much of his life, Walton's college years were defined by hard work and a relentless hustle. He worked multiple jobs to pay for his tuition and living expenses. Whether waiting tables in exchange for meals or selling clothes to fellow students, Walton demonstrated a knack for spotting opportunities to make money. College wasn't just about academics for Walton, it was about growth. He threw himself into leadership roles, honing the skills that would become his greatest strengths. As a member of the Beta Theta Pi fraternity, he developed strong friendships and learned the importance of teamwork. His natural charisma and work ethic earned him a spot in QEBH, an honor society reserved for the university's top seniors. Perhaps most notably, he became the president of the Bureau Bible class, a large and respected student group. In 1940, he graduated with a degree in economics. But the world was changing rapidly. He joined the U.S. Army Intelligence Corps for World War II and was tasked with overseeing security at aircraft manufacturing plants. The clouds of World War II loomed large, and Walton answered the call to serve. He joined the U.S. Army Intelligence Corps and was tasked with overseeing security at aircraft manufacturing plants. The position required keen organizational skills and the ability to manage large teams effectively. Walton's responsibilities grew, and he eventually rose to the rank of captain. The military instilled in him a greater sense of discipline, leadership, and logistical precision, qualities that became foundational in the business world. The Ben Franklin chapter.
It was 1950, and they opened the first Walton 5 and 10, a Ben Franklin franchise with the Walton name. Sam had purchased the Bentonville store after operating this Ben Franklin franchise in Newport, Arkansas. He and Helen had been there for 5 years, and they were quite successful. So successful, in fact, that the man who leased it to them wanted it back. During the same time, Bud Walton had opened his own Ben Franklin in Versailles, Missouri. By 1959, Bud, Sam, and their families owned 9 franchise stores.
After returning from World War II, Walton was eager to put his leadership and business education to work. At just 26 years old, with a $20,000 loan from his father-in-law and $5,000 of his own savings, he took his first entrepreneurial leap by purchasing a Ben Franklin variety store in Newport, Arkansas. At the time, small-town stores were the backbone of American retail, and Walton saw an opportunity to do things differently. He realized rural Americans were underserved. Big city stores offered competitive pricing and better variety, but small-town residents had limited choices. Walton believed he could provide quality goods at lower prices than his local competitors, and he focused on a volume-based strategy. Instead of marking up items heavily, he sold more products at lower margins. He poured energy into building relationships with customers and ensuring his shelves were always stocked with the widest variety of goods. It didn't take long for word to spread. The Newport store's annual revenue grew from $80,000 to an astonishing $225,000 within just 3 years. Success, however, came with unexpected challenges. Walton's landlord, impressed by the store's performance, decided not to renew the lease, effectively pushing Walton out. He recognized the importance of owning property and controlling his business's future. In 1950, Walton and family relocated to Bentonville, Arkansas, where he opened Walton's 5 and Dime. Bentonville was a small town, but Walton believed it offered immense potential. The new store followed the same principles that had made his first venture a success: competitive pricing, excellent service, and consistent stock. Walmart's grand debut.
Not back in 1950, when a little store here in the town square opened right over there. Walton's 5 and 10, where you could purchase products for a dime or a nickel, hence the name.
By the early 60s, Walton had gained nearly 2 decades of retail experience. He had a clear understanding of what customers wanted and what the market lacked. He was ready to take his ideas to the next level. In 1962, Walton, now 44, took a bold leap and opened the first Walmart discount city in Rogers, Arkansas. His concept was simple yet revolutionary. While most discount stores were opening in large urban areas, Walton saw an untapped market in small towns. He believed that rural communities deserved access to high-quality goods at affordable prices. To achieve this, he cut costs wherever possible. He eliminated the middleman by purchasing directly from manufacturers, a move that allowed him to pass significant savings on to customers. He also implemented a highly efficient distribution system, placing stores within a day's drive of regional warehouses. Walmart's private trucking fleet ensured that stores remained stocked, reducing delays and keeping operations smooth. The first store was a resounding success. Customers were drawn to Walmart's unbeatable prices, and the small-town approach resonated deeply. By the end of the 60s, Walmart had grown to 24 stores, generating an impressive $12 million in annual sales. A culture of innovation and teamwork.
Very, very unusual, the relationship that we've had, and I think the respect that we've always had for one another. Disagree, yes, both of us at times. And you win some and you lose some. But after it's over with, we just go on down the road and what decision was made, and that was it.
Sam Walton wasn't just a businessman, he was a leader who inspired those around him. He referred to his employees as associates and fostered a culture of teamwork and ownership. He encouraged store managers to invest in their locations, offering them equity stakes that motivated them to work harder and smarter. He was also a master at recognizing and adopting good ideas. He spent countless hours visiting Walmart stores, talking to employees, and listening to customers. Technology was another cornerstone of Walton's strategy. Walmart invested heavily in advanced systems for inventory management, distribution, and sales tracking. Walton's principles, hard work, innovation, and customer satisfaction continue to guide Walmart's operations. His famous 10 rules for building a better business remain a source of inspiration for entrepreneurs worldwide. Now it's time to hear from you. What do you think is the most impressive part of Sam's story? Let us know in the comments section below.